Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has made a big admission as he confirmed that India carried out ballistic missile strikes on Noor Khan Air Base and several other sites on May 10. He stated that he was informed about the strikes by Army Chief General Asim Munir during a 2:30 am call. The strikes, part of the Operation Sindoor, were in response in the Pahalgam terror attack on April 22, carried out by Pakistan-based terrorists. Under the Operation Sindoor, India eliminated over 100 terrorists who were hiding in Pakistan. Following the deadly terror attack in Pahalgam on April 22 and India's response through Operation Sindoor, the Indian government has appointed leaders for 7 all-party MP delegation to brief important countries. Senior Congress leader Shashi Tharoor, who publicly supported the government's position, will lead the mission to the United States. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju said this unity shows the Bharat stands united. Other delegation leaders including Ravi Shankar Prasad, Supriya Sule and Sanjay Jha. The goal of this outreach is to expose Pakistan involvement in terrorism and gather international support. Despite past denials from India, US President Donald Trump has once again claimed credit for broking the ceasefire between India and Pakistan after tensions rose following the Pahalgam terror attack. In an interview, Trump called it one of the biggest successes of his presidency and warned that the situation has almost reached the N-word, referring to a nuclear conflict. India, however, rejected any US involvement and stated that the ceasefire was the result of bilateral talks between the Director General of Military Operations of both countries. Amid growing global trade discussion, India has offered to remove 100% of its tariffs for the United States. President Donald Trump revealed on Friday, however, he said he is no in rush to finalize a deal. Further, Trump mentioned India's high tariff. India is hoping to reach an agreement during Trump's 90-day suspension of tariffs. Meanwhile, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said India is aiming for fair and balanced benefits. Just hours after Russia and Ukraine held their first direct peace talks in over 3 years in Turkey, Ukrainian officials claimed that Russian attacks were still continuing. They said Russian drones struck in a bus in Ukraine's Sumy region, killing 9 people and injuring 4. Meanwhile, Russia denied the allegation and said it had targeted a military equipment sites. In a tragic incident, a gunman opened fire at a Las Vegas athletic club on Friday, killing 2 people and leaving 3 others injured. 1 person died instantly when the shooting started on the city's west side. Meanwhile, 3 victims were taken to the hospital and 1 of them in a critical condition. Witnesses described the scene as a chaotic. Investigators are trying to find the motive. The gym has not commented on the incident. After months of calm, a new wave of COVID-19 is spreading in Southeast Asia. Singapore and Hong Kong are reporting sharp increases, while China and Thailand are also seeing more infections. Singapore has recorded a 28% rise in cases over the past year, with 14,200 cases reported as of May 3. Bloomberg says the increase is linked to the variant LF7 and NB18, which come from JN1. The wave mostly affected people with weak immune system and is milder variant. After years of tension following the US withdrawal from 2015 nuclear deal, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said on Saturday that Tehran will continue negotiation with Washington but will not give in to threats. "We are not seeking war, but we are not afraid of any threats," he stated. Talks have progressed to the expert level, but the issue of uranium enrichment is still unresolved. After the May 6 airstrike on Sana'a airport, Israel bombed the Red Sea ports of Hodeidah and Salif on Friday. The goal was to damage the Houthis' terrorist infrastructure. According to the sources, more than 30 bombs were dropped in Israel's 8th strike, killing 1 terrorist and injuring 9 others. Israel accused the Houthis terrorists of accusing civilian ports to transfer weapons and warned that their leader, Abdul Malik al-Houthi, could be targeted. After earlier tornadoes struck Wisconsin, severe storms swept through Missouri on Friday, killing at least 7 and devastating Steve Lewis. Mayor Cara Spencer confirmed 5 deaths, 5,000 damaged homes, and 1 lakh without power. 2 more died in Scott County. Hospital treated dozens. A curfew was imposed.